Procrastination has nothing to do with laziness. Lazy people don't feel anything when they avoid work, but you do. You feel guilt, stress, and dread the entire time you're avoiding it. That guilt is proof you're not lazy. You're stuck in an emotional loop, and understanding that loop is the only way to actually break it. Here's what's really happening. Procrastination isn't a time management problem, it's an emotion management problem. Your brain treats certain tasks as a threat, not because they're dangerous, but because they carry a feeling you want to avoid: boredom, anxiety, self-doubt, or the fear of doing it imperfectly. So your brain does what it does with any threat. It looks for an escape, and scrolling your phone becomes that escape. This is why procrastination almost always happens on tasks that carry emotional weight, not tasks that are simply difficult. A hard task you enjoy rarely gets procrastinated on. But an easy task that makes you feel anxious or judged gets avoided for days, because the issue was never the task's difficulty, it was the feeling attached to it. The first shift is naming the actual emotion instead of blaming laziness. Before starting a task you keep avoiding, ask yourself, what am I actually feeling right now? Boredom, fear of failing, fear of judgment. Naming the emotion takes away its power because vague dread feels overwhelming, but a specific labeled feeling feels manageable. The second shift is lowering the emotional stakes of starting. Your brain isn't avoiding the task, it's avoiding the pressure you've attached to doing it perfectly. So instead of telling yourself you need to write the perfect report, tell yourself you're only allowed to write a bad first draft. Giving yourself permission to do it badly removes the exact fear that was causing the avoidance. The third shift is using temptation bundling. Pair the task you avoid with something you actually enjoy. Only allow yourself to watch a show you love while doing a boring task, or only listen to a favorite playlist during a workout. Your brain starts associating the task with the reward instead of the dread. The fourth shift is designing your future self's environment, not just relying on your future self's motivation. The version of you tomorrow morning won't feel more motivated than you do right now. So instead of hoping future you tries harder, set things up tonight, so future you barely has to try at all. Laptop already open to the right page, materials already laid out, decision already made. The fifth shift is forgiving yourself for procrastinating in the past. This sounds counterintuitive, but research on procrastination consistently shows that self-criticism after procrastinating actually increases the odds you'll procrastinate again because it adds shame on top of the original avoided feeling, creating an even bigger emotional task to avoid next time. Self-compassion, not guilt, is what actually breaks the cycle long-term. Here's the real shift you need to make. Stop asking, how do I stop being lazy? Because that was never the real question. Start asking, what feeling am I actually avoiding right now? And how do I make starting feel smaller than that feeling? That single shift in perspective is what separates people who break the procrastination cycle from people who stay stuck in it for years. Subscribe for more psychology that actually explains how your mind works.